Hey guys, so in today's video I thought I would show you my entire video game collection. I did this on the channel a few years ago, quite a few years ago now actually. I think it was before I moved house, so yeah, this definitely needs updating. So just before we start, this obviously will not include digital purchases, just physical copies of games that I own on various different platforms. And also, as I'm posting this, I have just posted in my community tab and on my Instagram feed about potentially doing a Q&A video in the future. So if you guys have any questions for a potential Q&A video, please go to my community tab and comment under there, or on my Instagram post and comment under there any potential questions you might have, just for a fun little Q&A video, because I haven't filmed one of those in a while either. So without further ado, because this might be a long one, I will get on and show you all of my video games. I've been collecting video games for a long time. Yeah, over 10 years, absolutely. And my question for you all today is, if you do play video games, what is your favourite genre? My personal favourite genre is RPG games, but let me know yours. So we will start with the Nintendo Switch. I own a Nintendo Switch Lite. And I actually only own 3 games on physical copy. So, of course, we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. I basically bought my Switch the day it came out. So, for the video game consoles, for me, I don't tend to get them on day of release because, quite frankly, I can't usually afford it. But the Switch was the perfect time for me, really. So, I got the Switch Lite on day of release and it came with Animal Crossing New Horizons. This came out at just the perfect time for the pandemic, really, didn't it? I mean, yeah, I was just obsessed with playing Animal Crossing. I played it pretty much every day until recently. I've stopped playing it because I've pretty much done everything there is to do in the game, unfortunately, so I don't really play it anymore. But I do still hold a fondness for it. My second physical Switch game is the Lego Harry Potter collection. This encompasses years 1 to 4 and years 5 to 7? That sounds about right. You will see more Harry Potter games as we go on, of course, but most of those are in a different place, so this one's just here for the Switch. I haven't actually played this game on the Switch yet. My partner bought me it for Christmas or a birthday. I haven't played it on the Switch yet, but I have, of course, played the Lego Harry Potter games before. And the final Switch game I own as a physical copy is, of course, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, also a gift from my partner. I absolutely love this game and I cannot wait till the second one is released, hopefully next year. We're all guessing it will be next year. I don't know, is there an official release date yet? I'm not sure, but I cannot wait for this one, the second one, to come out. I absolutely adore this game. So that's my only Switch games on physical copy. Just 3. I do also own a couple more games on the Switch. Off the top of my head, I have Spyro Reignited, Skyrim, Yes, Your Grace, I got as a digital download, and a couple more, Harvest Moon Story of Seasons, and just a couple more. But yeah, they're the only ones I own on physical copy. So just to say, I am downstairs at the moment, which is where the majority of my video game collection lives. So there are more video games than this, which I'll show you sort of nearer the end of the video. So there's not many of my Harry Potter games here, and any kind of fandom games, like Buffy, are all upstairs. So like I say, they will kind of be shown out of order last. So we did Nintendo Switch, so we might as well stick with Nintendo and go for my Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS games. So first off, we have Harvest Moon on DS, which, as you can see, I bought for £3. I don't have a case for this, so it's one of my only loose games. Well, I have quite a few loose Game Boy games, actually, which I'll show in a bit, but I think this is my only loose DS game. Then we have Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I'm not really a fan of hidden mystery games, hidden object games. My mum's a huge fan of them, though. So I don't actually know if this is mine or mum's, or if we both got a copy, but I haven't played it in a while. Then this is Carl's, and it's Worms 2 Open Warfare. We have Vampire Moon, The Mystery of the Hidden Sun. Again, another hidden objects game, I think. We have, of course, Animal Crossing Wild Worlds. This was the first Animal Crossing game I actually played. Then we have Spyro Shadow Legacy. I'm a huge Spyro fan, not so much that game. And then a couple of Pokemons. We have Pokemon X. We have Pokemon Y as well, so I did lie. We don't have a case for Pokemon Y, so they're both stored in here. Oh, sorry for the camera shake. And Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. So that is all of my DS and 3DS games. We might as well go even older, seeing as we're on Nintendo, and go to the Game Boy Advance. So the boxes for my Game Boy Advance games are absolutely battered. I do still own a Game Boy Advance, but the boxes just haven't held up over the years at all, and I only have a couple left. I sold most of my Game Boy stuff, so these are the only ones I kept. So we have Scooby-Doo based on the game, based on the film series. We have Scooby-Doo Unmasked, as you can see, huge Scooby-Doo fan. And this badly battered one, Lady Sia. This was one of my favourite games on the Game Boy Advance. And these are actually the only ones I have downstairs, but as we go on, I do have more Game Boy Advance games, obviously some of the Harry Potter ones. So you'll see more Game Boy Advance as we go on. But as you can see, these have not aged well. And when my mum bought this, it was £12. So they've definitely, some of them have gone up in price, some of them have gone down in price, as it happens with the older consoles. But there's the only physical Game Boy Advance games I own. Next, we'll move on to the Game Boy Color, I guess. So I did actually miss a Game Boy Advance game. I've lost the case for this over the time, and this is Ace Lightning. I used to love this one as well. So for those of you wondering, yes, I do still own my Game Boy Color. It's in here, and it is a blue one. So yeah, I do still own that. And here are all my Game Boy Color games. I don't have boxes for any of them because they were bought in a bundle, or some of the boxes have been damaged over time. So we have Shrek, Tomb Raider, Curse of the Sword. As you'll see as we go on, I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan as well. Harvest Moon 2. Again, I'm a big Harvest Moon fan. Not so much of the newer games, I do like the older ones. We have Wario Land, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The reason I'm showing you this in this section is because I do have multiple copies of that. The rest are up in the Harry Potter collection. We have The Mummy, Heroes of Might and Magic. Again, I'm quite a big Heroes fan as well. Another Tomb Raider game. And Wario Land 3. So apart from the games I haven't been able to show you yet, that's all of my Game Boy Color games. So we'll move on to the only Wii game I actually own here, which is Tomb Raider Anniversary. The reason I only have this Wii game, I do have others, but they are actually at my mum's because my mum has the Wii console. So when I moved, I brought all my consoles here, apart from the Wii, because we tend to play like Wii Sports at Christmas and things like that. So the Wii has been left at mum's house. Off the top of my head, I know I have Animal Crossing City Folk on the Wii. I have Zelda Twilight Spirit. Not Twilight Spirit. What's it called? The Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess. I'm thinking of Shadow Hearts or Ark. Yeah, Twilight Princess. And possibly a Harvest Moon. I can't remember, to be honest, what Wii games I have, but they are all at mum's, so unfortunately I can't show you. So next we're jumping about in eras a bit, but we're going to go on to the PlayStation 1. I don't have that many here. Again, me and mum shared a lot of video games, so a lot of the PS1 games she's got things like Diablo and other bits. But what I have in my personal collection is Night of 40 Winks, and then a lot of Tomb Raiders. So we have Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, Tomb Raider, is this the original? No, this is also Tomb Raider 2, and as you can see on the back, there's a cheat code thing. That's so funny. So just jumping back, the reason I got confused, this is actually a PC version of Tomb Raider 2, so that shouldn't have been in this section. That's the PlayStation 1 version. And finally, the original Tomb Raider. So that's the only PlayStation 1 games that I own here. Like I said, a lot of them are at mum's. I do have a couple of PlayStation 1 digital downloads on my PlayStation 3 as well, including all 3 original Spyros and Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, a couple of other bits. So most of my PS1 collection is actually stored on the PS3. So seeing as I made a mistake with PC, we might as well get on and do PC games. I actually don't have many at all. So on my PC, the only 2 games that are currently installed are The Sims 4 and Sudeki. So these are the ones I have on physical copies. The Tomb Raider 2, as I previously showed you. This is actually a DVD game, I think, or... yeah, it's a DVD game, so it's not actually PC, but it's the only DVD game I have downstairs, so I thought I'd add it in this section. But it is Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure. I've never played that, so I have no idea what that's all about. And my final PC game is Draken Order of the Flame. If I've not mentioned it before, Draken is my favourite franchise. I absolutely love Draken. There's only 2 games. I'm trying to get this to work on my current PC. For some reason it doesn't want to install, because it is a very old game, and you know it's quite hard to get some of the older PC games to actually play. So I'm trying to get it to play, but this is one of my prized possessions because this can be quite expensive on the market now. Moving on, we might as well do my favourite console of all time, which is the PlayStation 2. Still, as much as I love, I've got an Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I don't have any of the current gen consoles, I'll just say that now, so you won't see any games from those. But as much as I love the consoles that I have, I'm currently playing with the Xbox One at the moment. The PS2 will never be beaten, in my opinion. I absolutely adore it, especially as an RPG fan. So this is the majority of my video game collection, PS2 games. So first up, this is actually Carl's, but it is Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings. I'd never played Age of Empires before seeing Carl play it. It's not my kind of game, I'm not a huge fan of strategy games like that, but he really likes it. So like I say, we have my favourite game of all time, which is Draken the Ancient's Gates. I adore this game so much. I also have a PlayStation 2 demo disc with Draken on it. I have a small Draken collection. I've never really filmed it for this channel because I don't know how many people even know what Draken is, but I have a fair few Draken bits. But yeah, my favourite game of all time, Draken. Feel free to judge me, but I have Bratz Rock Angels. This is probably one of the oldest games not the oldest game in total, but one of the oldest I've had. And you can judge me all you like, but it's a bloody good game, I'll tell you. The soundtrack slaps. I'm not even going to. The soundtrack is amazing for this game. Is it a great game? No, of course it isn't, but I've got a bit of nostalgia with it. Next up we have Sumner, which I got for the grand total of 50p in CEX. A lot of these games when I moved out I had to rebuy, because like I said, me and Mum shared games, so I let her obviously keep the originals. I let her, like she'd give me a choice. She kept the originals, and then I went back out and rebought them. So we have Sumner. Peter Pan, The Return of The Legend of Neverland, again quite a nostalgic one for me. We have one of my all-time favourite games, Dark Cloud, followed by Dark Chronicle. I still prefer the first, but I don't mind the sequel, to be honest. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Then we have Gauntlet Dark Legacy, another game me and Mum play together all the time. We have another nostalgic one for me, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. I still don't think I've ever completed this game, to be quite honest with you. We have Kingdom Hearts. Is this the original? I think so, yeah. And I'm assuming Kingdom Hearts 2? Or are these the same game? Hold up, what's happening? Okay guys, let me know because I'm getting very confused. Is this exactly the same game? Have I bought Kingdom Hearts twice? I'm not sure. It says one Platinum Edition, but I think they might both be Kingdom Hearts 1. Then we have The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Again, I've still never completed this game. I remember as a kid getting stuck on the, oh, what do you call it? It's not an avalanche, is it? You know when the ice breaks the river and you've got to traverse the river? Oh, don't even get me started. I still have not completed that game. Then we have Warriors of Might and Magic. Not as good as Heroes of Might and Magic, but still an okay game. Then we have Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I've not actually played that, to be honest with you. As you can see, where a lot of my games come from. We have Jumanji. Again, I've not actually played that, so I have no idea. We have Tomb Raider Anniversary. Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness. I'm sorry these aren't in order. And Tomb Raider Legend. Like I said, I absolutely love the Tomb Raider franchise. We have Lord of the Rings The Two Towers. Again, I haven't played it. We have a nostalgic game for me, Theme Park World. Then we have Spyro A Hero's Tale. I don't really like that game, to be honest. We have another one of my favourite games of all time, Ark the Lad Twilight of the Spirits. Then we have Escape from Monkey Island. The only Monkey Island game I've actually played, to be honest. Then we have Shadow Hearts, one of my favourite games of all time. Again, I adore Shadow Hearts. And then these are actually my mum's, but I've borrowed them to play because they can be quite expensive to buy. We have Shadow Hearts Covenant. and Shadow Hearts from the New World. I absolutely don't like that one very much, but I've thought I'd replay the series at one point. This one I really, really like. I bought it for my mum a while ago. It was very expensive, to be honest, and I said to her, please can I just borrow yours, because to try and buy this again, it can be so expensive, it's unbelievable. So we just borrow. Then we have another nostalgic one, Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16. I can't even tell you the amount of times me and mum have played that game. A couple more PlayStation 2s. As you can see, this is by far my favourite console. We have The Sims 2, Heroes of Might and Magic, Quest for the Dragonbone Staff, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I haven't actually played, and another one of my all-time favourite games, Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat. It seems like for my favourite games, not many people's heard of them, which makes me very sad, but they're amazing games. So that's all of my PlayStation 2 games, minus, like I said, the ones that are part of a fandom. I'll show you those at the end because they are upstairs. So we might as well move on to PlayStation 3. I'm going to try and get through these as quickly as I can because I've realised this video could run quite long. So we have Resident Evil 5, Tomb Raider on PlayStation 3, Folklore, Rise of the Argonauts, The Last of Us, Skyrim, Brave, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I haven't actually played any of the Assassin's Creed games yet, but I am going to start next year. Singstar ABBA, Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time, Singstar Volume 2, Heavy Rain, it doesn't have a case, Assassin's Creed 2, like I say, these are not in order, The X Factor, Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty World at War, that's still my personal favourite. I'm not a huge fan of the Call of Duty games, I play them with Carl, but I like the zombies in World at War. Moving on, we have Oblivion. Elder Scrolls is one of my favourite franchises as well. Heavenly Sword, The Sims 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I'm assuming this is for Carl because I don't think I'd play it. Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. So apart from, like I say, digital downloads and fandom games, that's all my PlayStation 3 games. Let's move on now to PlayStation 4. We have The Last of Us Part 2. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I do actually have Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's the next one. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration. So these are out of order. We have Mass Effect Andromeda. Was the main reason for me buying this game the fact that Natalie Dormer voices Lexi? Of course it wasn't. Then we have Murdered, Sole Suspect. I've not actually played that. We have the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which, like I said, I've got on my Switch as well as a digital copy. We have Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. Is that Midgard? Mixgard? I haven't actually played that one yet either. We have The Elder Scrolls Online. I can't get on with it. I'm sorry. I don't like The Elder Scrolls as an MMO. I like playing games on my own, so can't get on with it. Then we have Vampire, which I've heard good things about, but again, I haven't played it yet. And finally, for PlayStation 4, we have Fallout 4. Okay, let's move on to Xbox. This is actually Xbox 360, because I don't think I actually own any original Xbox games anymore. If I do, they will be at Mum's. Like I said, we do share. I know for a fact that I do have Galleon on the Xbox somewhere and Sudeki. I'm guessing that, like I said, they're at Mum's. So for Xbox 360, we have Fable 3, Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, that is Carl's, Halo 3. Then we have a couple of copies of Oblivion, so that's the regular one, and then the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine. We have Dark Souls 2, Game of Thrones, quite a good game actually, I like it. Assassin's Creed Revelations, Two Worlds, which I've heard is absolutely horrific for an RPG game. I've never played it, so I want to give it a go. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, and Fable 2, which should have come before Fable 3, but it didn't. I don't actually have Fable 1, Fable Anniversary, on a physical copy, but I do have it on digital download on the Xbox. Actually, I think it comes with Xbox Game Pass. And my only physical Xbox One game is Assassin's Creed Unity. Like I said, most of my Xbox games are digital. So that's it for everything downstairs, but I do of course have a couple more to show you. I've come upstairs to grab a couple more of the games. So the lighting is bad here, but from my Pirates of the Caribbean collection we have Dead Man's Chest on the DS, At World's End on the DS, we have At World's End on the Wii, so I do own a couple of Wii games, they're just in fandoms. We have The Legend of Jack Sparrow on PlayStation 2, still a really good game. We have, I don't know, I think this is Polish. It's a Pirates of the Caribbean PC game. Is it Polish or Russian? Please let me know if you know what that is. Then we have At World's End on the PlayStation 3. Pirates of the Caribbean on the Xbox. So I do have a couple of original Xbox games here. Pirates of the Caribbean At World's End on the 360. And the first time I'm showing you PSP games today, we have Dead Man's Chest and Dead Man... Oh, hang on, is this a DVD? No, it is a video game. There we go, on the PSP. The reason I don't have many PSP games is because the PSP is actually Mum's, so they're all at Mum's house. Next up, I guess you could class them as video games. I have two Twilight Scenets. I have Penny Dreadful's Sweeney Todd. This was a bad game on the PC. It's a hidden mystery game. Now for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I have Buffy on the Game Boy Color. I have, oh, camera's gone a bit funny, Buffy on the Xbox, Chaos Bleeds on the Xbox, one of my favourite games, and Chaos Bleeds on the PlayStation 2. For Game of Thrones, again, sorry it's dark here, I do have a Game of Thrones Genesis on PC. I showed you earlier, I have Game of Thrones on the Xbox 360, and I also used to have the Telltale game series on my Mac, but I don't own my Mac anymore. And finally, it's on to Harry Potter video games. I'm not going to pull all of these out because it would take far too long, but we have a couple there for the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance. So these are Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone. And then just starting from here, really, we have all of this section here, which is Philosopher's Stone. So basically, if you don't know, my goal is to get every single Harry Potter video game on every single console. Nearly there, but obviously when Hogwarts Legacy comes out, that's going to start the whole thing off again. But yeah, this is my Philosopher's Stone section. So quickly, PC, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, Chamber of Secrets, PlayStation 1, PC, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 Platinum. This is a Japanese version, I believe. Then we have Xbox and GameCube. Then we have Prisoner of Azkaban, which is Game Boy Advance, PC, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 Platinum, Xbox Classics, Xbox, and GameCube. Then we have a 3 PC set of Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. We have Goblet of Fire on the DS. Sorry I'm going through these very quickly, but the video would just be too long. Goblet of Fire on the Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, Xbox, PSP, and then Order of the Phoenix on DS, PSP, PlayStation 2, and Wii. Just move my Tonks picture there. And then we have Half-Blood Prince on the DS. Oh, sorry, Order of the Phoenix on the Xbox 360, if I didn't say. Half-Blood Prince on DS, PSP, Wii, Xbox 360, and then back to DS for Deathly Hallows Part 1, PlayStation 3, Wii, Xbox 360, and this is, again, I think it's a Polish copy on the PC. I think that's Polish. I really need to learn what the foreign language ones are. And then moving on down, we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 on DS and PlayStation 3. And then this is the Lego set. I've already shown you it on Nintendo Switch. So we have 1 to 4 on PC, DS, Wii, and Xbox 360, and then 5 to 7 on DS, and that's it actually, DS and Switch for 5 to 7, so I need to get more of those. Then we have the Lego Creator on PC, and Lego Creator for Chamber of Secrets, Quidditch World Cup on Game Boy Advance, PC, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and just in there, if you can see it, GameCube. So that is my Harry Potter video games. And that's it, my entire video game collection. So sorry if this video is a little bit long. The only thing I didn't show you, of course apart from digital downloads, is my video game autographs. I do have some video game actors' autographs. I'm not going to show you them in this video because it will be too long. If you want to see voice actors in their own separate autograph video, then I'd be happy to do that. I think I've done that years ago. I think there is a video for that on this channel, but I haven't updated it in a while. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, I am looking for questions to do a potential Q&A video. Like I said, I have a post on my community tab here on YouTube, and I have a post on Instagram. So if you've got any questions for me, any at all, any topic, please go and post them on there, and hopefully I'll have a Q&A video out for you soon. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like this kind of thing, and I will see you all soon. I just realised I didn't show you, but I actually have... Hold on. I showed you the Twilight scene. I do actually have Harry Potter scene as well. I don't know if they count as video games, but I'll stick them in here anyway. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.